Harbor Me by Jacqueline Woodson, Chapter 22. The first time we saw Esteban smile, really smile again, was in December. It was because of poetry. The Thursday night before, he had gotten a letter from his father, who was still in Florida at the detention center. At least he's still in the country, Esteban said, even though he's far away. And he's okay, I said. Okay-ish, Holly said. But that's better than nothing, right? Esteban had come down from the windowsill and was sitting with us in the circle. He unfolded the letter from his father. It was written on yellow legal pad paper. Esteban handed it delicately as we all leaned in to look at it with him. His father's handwriting was small and careful. Each letter so clear, it almost looked typed. He wrote me a poem, Esteban said. He said he has time to write now. He said when he writes, it's like he's back in the apartment with us. Nobody can touch it, he said. We all put our hands down in our laps. Even Holly lowered her needles. That's cool with me, Amari said. Me too, I said. But can you read it to us at least? It's in Spanish, Esteban said, but I wrote an English version too, because one day I'm going to be his translator. You guys know what that is, right? We nodded, but Esteban was so excited. He explained anyway. I'm going to rewrite all his poems in English for him, and we're going to sell books in the DR and in America. Then Esteban cleared his throat and read, When they came for me, I lifted my hands to them. Let them wrap the cuffs around my wrists. I did not fight. I did not yell. When they pressed me into the van, there were others who spoke our language, a language of sun and ocean and beauty, a language of birds and merengue. We leaned across the van towards each other and knew the same people back home. Always remember, when you are with your people, you are home. Esteban finished reading the poem and carefully put it back into his notebook. Carefully put his notebook back into his bag. I kept staring down at my hands, a stone in my throat, like I'd choked to death. I saw my father's head again, getting pushed down into the police car. Was he crying when it happened? Did he look toward me? Did he know that everything was gone? I took a breath, then another. Air wasn't coming in fast enough. Haley? I heard Amari say. You okay, Red? I nodded but kept my head down. It's beautiful, I choked out. He said he's going to write me more poems, Esteban said. He says he'll write them until we're all together again. He's a good poet, Diego said. He reminds me of the other poet guy, the one Miss Laverne read to us, the one who wrote the poem about a blank white page or something. Alcrona, Holly said. Francesco Alcrona. I tried to remember Alarcon, but couldn't. My head felt so heavy. Maybe he was the weight of the world people talked about, the gray ghost that took your breath and were words. How do you even remember that? Amari was saying to Holly. Because she said his name 100 times and wrote it on the board. Jeez, how do you not remember that? Yeah, Diego said. That guy. He's going to write me more of them, Esteban said. He promised. And I'll read them in English and Spanish because it's for both languages. That's what's up, Amari said. Read those poems in all kinds of American, son. When I finally looked up, Esteban was smiling.